Hello there, everybody. This is Barbara Russell, and it is Therapy Thursdays. And I am happy to welcome you here. I am a counselor, author, speaker, and I love doing Therapy Thursdays. So we're going to talk today. We're working from home, a lot of us, and we want to talk about how you're going to live to be 100. Whoa, a little story about that I will tell you. So the first thing I wanted to just make sure that all of us, especially, this can apply to anybody, but since we've been working at home, we have the tendency just to stay glued to the computer or our phone or whatever that is. So this is your reminder to stop every half hour or so. Do some stretches, do some warm-ups. It's a good thing just to do like this, kind of swing your arms around, get some circulation going in your body, and then you could just, it feels so good to stretch, right? Do you do that every morning when you get out of bed? Oh, yeah. Did you know that being flexible is one of the keys to living longer? So let's see if I can touch my toes. Hey, I'm doing it. Can you do it? Let's see how many times you can touch your toes. Just stretch out. So as you can see, this doesn't take very long. You can do your own variation. And a lot of times what I have learned about myself is that we have to give ourselves permission, so to speak, and say, hey, this is only going to take a minute. Probably if I were to time it right now, that's only been a minute or possibly 2. But here's some other things that you can do. So maybe you want to take a moment to do some deep breaths. So you remember when you take deep breaths that you want to inhale from way down in the bottom of your diaphragm, and you want to hold it up there at the top, and then you want to release it for longer. So let's do a couple of deep breaths. That's an option for you. And you want to exhale longer than you inhale. So if you think about, we're breathing in some good, fresh oxygen, some air for the day, you kind of hold it at the top of that inhalation and then exhale. So that is going to be very good. You can set a reminder on your phone, whatever you need to do, but it's really good to do this every half an hour or so. All right? So before we go any further, I just wanted to point out this really cool t-shirt. Now, Tia and Vashon didn't pay me to do this commercial, but I have to tell you that this is one of my favorite t-shirts. It's long sleeve, and you can tell it is quality. It is not just the normal cotton t-shirt, and it's probably backwards on Facebook, but if you could figure this out, this says faith. So I love the design. So hey, kudos to them for doing Oasis Designs. Go there and check it out. All right, so let's do some exercises. Here's another one that you can do, shake and bounce. And that doesn't take very long either. So again, you might have a combination of things. You might do one day and another day. But here's what is important really. It's about anything, is consistency. You've heard me tell the story before of how I needed to stretch after having so many surgeries on my leg. And so when I get up in the morning, that's the first thing I do before I sit down and have my coffee and read the paper, and I set that up every morning so that now it is routine. So set it with something that you already have going for you. You've heard me say that before. So what I had going for me before was that routine of getting a cup of coffee, reading the paper, and so now that's my reward. So whatever you can do to get consistency. All right, so let's talk about how we can work out when you're working from home. You might be saying, well, I'm limited. I can't be off camera. I can't get away from my desk, my computer that much. But if you take a quick break, and you can do this periodically through the day, if you, like me, have some stairs to climb, hey, I encourage you to climb up the stairs 2 or 3 times a day and do that as quickly as you can. But I have to stop here and tell you the story, because I love this story because it has so many great lessons in it. When we were looking to buy a house in Denver, we were looking for a 1-story house that was all on one level, because we're thinking, hey, you know, after all, I had all those surgeries on my leg, didn't want to have to be going up and down the stairs. And then we were thinking, oh, as we get older, we just want to keep everything. And so I have to tell you my principle that I learned from that just real quickly is how we do that in our lives. We set up our limitations a lot of times before we even get started. We say, oh no, because of this or because of that, I don't have the skills, I don't have the know-how, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too whatever, and we cut ourselves off from the very beginning. But let me tell you, thankfully, we had a smart realtor that was showing us around, showing us all of these same level homes, but we just didn't find anything that we really liked. Well, he knew that we really didn't want a multi-story home. However, he was beginning to get to know us. We wanted openness. We liked that kind of home design. So here's what he did before he brought us to see this house with its stairs, and it has 2 levels plus a basement downstairs. As he said, do you know what people who live to be 100 have in common? We waited. We're saying, oh, okay, this is interesting. He said, they all live in houses with stairs. Wow, okay, what an idea, right? So whenever you're thinking about your opportunities, because when we got this house, we love it. It has all those things that we enjoy. And sure enough, that's where we should have gone all along. And when I think about the things that you need to do, whatever that is, whether it's a dream that you need to follow, and you've set up those limitations because you're thinking, we don't want a house with stairs. We want things to go smoothly. We don't want problems. We don't want obstacles. Excuse me very much. We want just smooth sailing. But when you really get where you need to be and you want to be and your dreams are coming true, I bet it will be like a house with stairs. And you know what? You're going to benefit because you're going to live to be 100. I was reminded of the quote by Hank Aaron that I love, that he was talking about no matter what failure I had, no matter the difficulty I had off the field, no matter if I was in a slump, I just kept hitting. And we know who Hank Aaron was. I'm not a baseball aficionado, but I know who Hank Aaron was. And he had incredible amount of home runs in one season. And he would just keep hitting. So oftentimes, when we look at the Baseball Hall of Famers and we think, oh my gosh, we are so impressed, even if we don't play baseball, with Hank Aaron, with Babe Ruth, with Ty Cobb, with everybody that you may probably know more than me, and we look up their batting average. I looked up Hank Aaron's batting average is .305. Do you know what that translates to in percentages? 31%. That means basically that for every time that he came up to bat, that only 31% of the time did he connect with the ball. But like Hank Aaron said, he just kept swinging. So I want to encourage you today, whether that's setting an exercise goal, whether that's changing your mindset, whether that's deciding I'm going to be more healthy, I'm going to drink lemon water more times during the day, I'm going to do my stretches, I'm going to walk up and down stairs, whatever that is. I want to encourage you to keep swinging, because we think those guys that are in the Baseball Hall of Fame are fantastic, right? We just think that's wonderful. And did you know that even the ones with a higher batting average, that's still less than 50%? That means less than half of the time do they connect with the ball. But do we give that kind of grace to ourselves? Usually not. Usually, if we don't make it 100%, if we can't say it's all, then it's nothing. So I don't want you to be there. I want you to be in the Hall of Fame for those people who are living to be 100. So this is Barbara Russell and saying I'll see you next time on Therapy Thursdays. Thanks for joining.